how are we all doing? So it's Maria from Health Coach Maria here. So this is my first live in 2018, so that's kind of exciting. If you're watching, give me a thumbs up, some love. I especially love when the hearts go through the screen. Whee! So if you've got any of them, dish them out. Be generous. Alright, so today I want to talk to you about diets, which is, I think, quite fitting considering the fact that it's a new year. New Year's resolutions are in full swing. Christmas and New Year has just gone by. Now, as a part of my own learning, so obviously I trained to become a health coach myself. I have learned so many cool tools and tricks and knowledge about looking after myself. And this Christmas was the first ever Christmas day where I didn't overeat. Okay, so every Christmas that I've ever known, I have always overeaten. I've sat on the couch and shoved one more Ferrero Rocher into my mouth and been like, oh, and just felt absolutely gross and real tired and just why am I eating so much food? And this year that didn't happen, and it wasn't even hard. It didn't feel difficult for me not to overeat. I still had so much fun and I still thoroughly enjoyed all my food, but I didn't overeat. And I ate, don't get me wrong, I ate plenty of food that would typically eat, heaps of chocolate and custard and mince pies and all that good stuff. I ate them all, but I was fine with it. I was fine with the fact that I was choosing to eat that, which was quite exciting because typically I would overeat. So it just kind of showed me how much I've learned on my journey. Now, today I want to kind of talk to you about diets and, to be frank, why they don't work, okay? Diets they always come from a place of deprivation. So when we go on a diet, it's nearly always telling us we can't have something. So we can't have carbohydrates, or we can't, have these certain types of proteins, or we need to not eat chocolate or go off coffee or all this kind of stuff. And when we come from a place of deprivation, that shuts off pleasure. And when we have to do something where there isn't any pleasure involved in it, we don't tend to do it, because as humans, we're ignited by pleasure. Okay, pleasure is what makes us have habits that are successful. So yeah, we could go on a diet and we could do it effectively for a few weeks, months even, and lose weight possibly if that was our goal. But we're always coming from a place of deprivation, and as long as that is the case, it's not sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable because it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make you happy when you get up and you constantly have to say no to things that you want. So what's great about coaching and in my program is I never, ever tell any of my clients to stop eating something. Okay? And some of my clients that were kind of on the fence, and when they first spoke to me, they were really relieved to hear that. They were like, oh, you mean you're not going to tell me to give up eating chocolate, or coffee or wine? And it's no, because it's got to come from you. You've got to be the person who actually wants to give up this food. And that can be a big relief, because a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to sign up for this health coach and she's going to make me eat kale every day and all this. And it's no. As a health coach, we'll meet you exactly where you are, and we will take you to where you want to go. And it's proven, coaching is proven to be really effective because it's driven from the individual. Whereas diets are not driven from the individual. They are pre-written programs for somebody else and another body, not your body, another body that they possibly worked for, and they might have worked really well for that person. And then you have to fit into their regime. So you have to follow the diet protocol. Okay, even if it doesn't or does suit you, or there are certain parts of it that don't work, you still have to fit into that. So it's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable fit. Whereas coaching is all about working within you, your lifestyle and your choices. Therefore, it's really, really sustainable. So yeah, that's the kind of big difference. It's not about, so coaching is just about changing habits, and changing the habits that you do. Like I said, on Christmas Day, I didn't overeat for the first time in 20 years. I didn't overeat, and it's because it didn't even feel like deprivation. I still had plenty of food, but I didn't get to that point where I was oh. And I didn't even realize that was a possibility before. And I'm not on any diet. It's just that I'm a lot more, what I've become
is I'm a lot more mindful about what I eat and my body and all that kind of stuff. And that's what has been so powerful for me. And that's one of the key things I teach in my program, is getting back in touch with our body and listening to it, because our bodies are so clever, you guys. Like, we don't need to go elsewhere, because all the answers are here. Because our body knows. Like, think about it. You put food in your mouth and everything else just happens. Like, all your food gets digested. There is so much complex stuff happening. So we don't need to go elsewhere to get all this extra kind of help and stuff. We just need to start learning to listen to our own body, and it knows what it wants. And certain bodies will like dairy, certain bodies won't like dairy, certain bodies will be able to tolerate gluten, certain bodies won't. So you can't, hi Joan, hey Sean, you can't actually have a diet that suits everybody, because all our bodies are so different. So do yourself a favor this year and don't succumb to another fad diet, okay? Because it's probably only going to, if it does work, it'll only work short term. And you'll be coming from that place. If you're right now, if you feel like you're living in a place of deprivation when it comes to your food, it's not going to be sustainable. You're not going to sustain that, because it doesn't feel good every day. Every day you're saying no to something that you want, you ain't going to continue that, because it's not pleasurable. So obviously I'm a little bit biased, and I am going to say that coaching is awesome. What I will say to you guys is, if you have thought about possibly doing any kind of coaching program, most coaches will give a free session, okay? So it doesn't have to be me you go with, but do go have a look at the coaches that you are familiar with or that are in your area, and have a chat with them and see if they could possibly help you. Try and do something different. Coaching works. It's getting so popular, you guys. It's huge across the business industry. So business coaches are just massive, because you're seeing, like, companies that hire dedicated business coaches are seeing such growth and productivity because of the style of using someone's own ability to push them forward, as opposed to just dumping information on them. It's like, well, what can you do and how can we get you there further? And it's all about that support and accountability that diets don't have. And your body is so special, and it's the beginning and middle and end of everything that you're doing. So if the 2018 you could have heaps of energy, feel really good, feel real positive, and not depend on certain things to get you through, think about how that could bleed into all the other areas of your life, okay? So your job, your finances, your relationships, okay, your social life, all of that stuff will just blossom if your health is on track, because they can only be as healthy as you are, which is your body, which is the center of everything. So yeah, that's my kind of rant today, is don't succumb to another diet, because they're not designed for your body type, and they're not designed to be sustainable. Start looking at habits that you can change and taking small steps. And obviously I'm going to plug coaching, because I really think it's brilliant. It's helped me so much to achieve things that I never thought I could achieve. Like, I never thought I could give up processed sugar, and I've cut it down massively. So yeah, give it a go. And the other thing I will say to you as well is, if you have had a Christmas where, you know, you've eaten a lot, you've drank a lot, you've fallen off the bandwagon on your exercise plan, don't beat yourself up about it, because it's done. Okay, and women are particularly bad at beating themselves up about, you know, things that they should or shouldn't have done in the past. Let it go. Okay, just let it go, because it's done now. So the only thing that you can change is today, is the present, right now. What are you going to eat now? Are you going to exercise today? Okay, what decisions are you going to make today? Because that's all that matters. Because what you did at Christmas time, it's done. Don't worry about it. Don't waste energy giving yourself shit about the fact that you didn't eat well or you didn't exercise over Christmas. It's not going to help you today. Okay, just poof. Okay, and just go, right, well, we have a new day, so what can I do today? Because that's all that matters. Okay, and if you make healthy choices today, it's easier to make them tomorrow and the day after. So all you really need to worry about is what you're going to do today. So if you've got anything from this, you guys, please give me some likes, give me some love. I love when I see those little love hearts go through the screen. It's like, well, yay. So yeah, if you've got any questions, you want to know more, private message me. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, if you've not finished your holidays yet, have a great time and enjoy the rest of your holidays. And yeah, good luck with the break. Bye.